Assalamu alaikum, fam. Hope you're doing well. It's a nice cold day. I love it so much. And I wanted to kind of just share some ideas with you because I think it's really important now. So, there is an acquaintance who's part of the fam, and they were talking about how he lives in the hood. He's an immigrant. He's a dishwasher. He's originally from Guatemala, and he was walking through the hood, about 2 years ago, and he was stabbed, robbed, and they took his cell phone, they took everything, right? Now, in the same neighborhood, not too long ago, a couple days ago, he was walking in the hood, drunk. He basically passed out on the street and got his stuff stolen, his phone, everything. And others were talking to him saying how, like, did you not learn your lesson? You came here as an immigrant to send money home to your family, and, you're risking everything for alcohol. And your family, we all told them, right, doesn't know that you're drinking, that you're spending your hard earned money on alcohol, and now you just got robbed, so you had cash on you, and you had your cell phone, and now you had to go spend that money because you got drunk and you did something stupid. And so, a lot of immigrants who come from Latin America fall into this trap, and I think it should be talked about so that more people start talking to their families over the phone about how you should behave, the temptations that come from working in America. And one of those is that the dishwashers have some of the hardest jobs. It's a very difficult job. I'm always kind to the dishwashers because I know what they're going through. And they don't speak the language, so they're working in the restaurants, right? Working hard. And they start, 7 a.m. Usually they're the last ones to go home. Sometimes they get out at 11 or 12. If they do have two jobs as a dishwasher, which you usually have to have two jobs if you live in California. And they get bored, and they start drinking. They want to have fun. They want to change their mood. They start drinking, and before you know it, they're drunk. This is a big problem. A big, big, big problem in the Latino community in many of the hoods concerning the dishwashers. It's become such a problem that I want to talk about it, and I just feel like we should actively stop promoting alcohol. We don't. We Muslims don't. But what I'm saying is, as a culture in America, we need to I just really wish we could stop putting it on TVs, like on Pinterest. If you're on there, sometimes you'll see an ad for Bacardi or something. And it's just so ridiculous how we promote it and push it. And then we kind of just say, like, F everyone and make the money. These are the same people who say they care about our health. They allow this type of stuff to be promoted. Stuff that causes cancer, car crashes, ruins lives. So many people die because of it every single year by the thousands. And it's just pushed as something posh, hip, and immersed in the culture. It's everywhere. And then I just started thinking about, like, in some of these hoods, the liquor stores, 7-Eleven, the highest commodity they sell is beer, And I was thinking, this is a group of people who need dawah. This is a group of people who should understand, like, you're working hard, you're renting rooms, but you're suffering. You shouldn't pacify yourself and, liquidate your mind to such an extent to where you're falling asleep on the street or on the bus or anything like that because you drink too much. And in restaurant culture, a lot of people hand over beers to the dishwasher. Oh, let him have a beer, he's this, he's that. And it's like, some people see beer as something very, I don't want to say medicinal, but a solution to mental suffering. Instead of pushing them to excel to something higher, to fight the temptation, they encourage them to, drink and drink and drink. And none of the people who push the alcohol will be there for those people when they've screwed up because of the alcohol. And so I feel like the immigrant community in California, they should come together, if you go on like some of the Latino commercials and you just see how much of it is Corona, Modelo, you see so many different beer companies really push the Latino community and their traditional culture, while they're still the first generations. Second generation, not so much, Third, they're pretty much, lost a lot of the heritage that they had when their ancestors first came. But the women cook, the women clean. It's freaking amazing. I can't clean as good as them. They're just, it's amazing. They work in the laundromats. They just do so much like awesome like mother duties, right? They are very, very good at that. But alcohol ruins so many of their daughters and their sons that, especially when they come to America is my point. And it just shows me more and more how alcohol really is this huge vice. And I was thinking about how we could do like a countercultural like movement against them in terms of posters about how bad alcohol is. So let's say you have a poster of like, a car crash. Someone was drinking and driving in a car crash, and then put that parallel to an ad of Bacardi where it's like a woman with a fancy bracelet and, expensive nails pouring a cocktail or something like that, right? Something stupid, like, how they market it. And then just show the raw, brutal reality. Contrast it to their constructed, fake, illusory image, right? This is something that we have to do on our own with people who know how to like create ads and stuff like that. And I was just thinking about how more and more people can talk about like, hey, I got sober, you don't have to do this. We just have to help them. We have to help people, because I feel so bad for so many of the immigrants who come here. They suffer with alcoholism. They develop it. Like, they might have had a couple beers in Mexico, but they were on their farms. Then they come to the city. The city grinds their souls into this powder, they feel. And then they feel they need to, pour some of that carbonated poison into their bodies in order to endure their lifeless job. And so we have to kind of just create more and more examples in ourselves and help us stay sober. If people slip up, I understand. Right? You have one beer, you're like, okay. But I'm talking like people who really get hammered multiple times a week. We should be open and proud of like that type of sobriety. We should encourage it, talk about it, speak about it, have that included in our dawah with facts, statistics, and clever speeches and stuff like that to kind of help non-Muslims see we are showing you how the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, not allowing these types of intoxicants within our faith is something that can help keep families together, help keep people safe, and help others funnel their energy into better outlets that are productive instead of destructive. You feel me? So think about it, how we can do it. I want to brainstorm with you how this can be done. And make dua please for him, that he doesn't go walking around drunk in the hood. Very dumb decision on his part. But the dishwashers, they suffer with this a lot in the culinary world, so pray for them. Keep them in your supplications, okay? Because they really need it. Okay, fam.